Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Saturday, March 2nd slate of NBA and college basketball games. I'm super excited to hop into it. We don't have a huge slate of games today. We do have a couple in the NBA. We do have, obviously, the Final Four games. So we're going to be talking about those just a little bit. And I do have an official play from that one as well. We don't have a whole lot of lines out for NBA, so I will give two official plays, and then more than likely I will be adding one. I'm not 100% sure, but we don't have any player props for pretty much any of the night games, so I may add another one. I haven't really decided. Like I said, it's a small slate. Don't want to force a lot, but anyway. Let's go ahead and dive into it. First, I did just want to go ahead and say that as of right now, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the world to me. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First, we'll do a quick recap as of yesterday. We ended up having a profitable day, despite it not looking great off the rip. But we did end up having a profitable day. So we had DeJounte Murray under 42.5 PRAs. Gets ruled out due to a random illness, and so that definitely isn't gonna that definitely wasn't great to see, but he did end up getting ruled out, so maybe since he was sick, I don't know how it would have turned out anyway. But then we had Dorian Finney-Smith under 4.5 rebounds versus Washington. Dude literally just went out there to get some extra cardio. He literally had five PRAs with up until about 6 minutes left in the second half, or in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Then he did end up getting 2 or 3 more baskets, ended up finishing with 11 PRAs, but regardless, he did not do a whole lot out there, so that one ended up working out for us. Then we had Thunder +4 versus Detroit. They were up pretty big, or not pretty big, but they did have a lead right around halftime, and then they came out of halftime, ended up getting down pretty big, down by 15, 20 points. And then they started the battle back, ended up losing by 9, so it was pretty close. And regardless, I'd still probably take it again and again if I could. Then we had Timberwolves +4.5, ended up winning pretty big over the Nuggets. So that one ended up working out for us. So, we did end up having a 2-in-1 day since DeJounte Murray didn't end up playing. But let's go ahead and try to have another good day today. Like I said, I have 3 official plays, and I may add some more. So make sure you guys are following my Twitter. Make sure you guys do check the pinned comment section before the game starts. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First play of the day, we're going to be taking Terry Rozier under 27.5 PRAs here versus the Philadelphia 76ers at -120 odds. Now, here has been Terry Rozier's game log PRA-wise over the last couple games. He's had 24, 22, 25, 30, 24, 20, 30, and 23. So he hasn't been truly that great here recently for the PRA, in the PRA department. And when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers, they give up the 13th most points per game to opposing shooting guards, so they do give up a decent amount of points here. But they actually allow the second fewest rebounds per game and the second fewest assists per game, which he has actually been averaging quite a good number of assists and rebounds here recently. So taking 2 of those aspects away leaves only his scoring, which he's obviously capable of doing. He could have a big scoring night, but I do think that we see a lot here on this under. And Philadelphia, they do allow the 11th fewest points per game to opposing teams in the last 3 games. So they've been a decent defensive team here recently. And they also play at the 7th slowest pace in the entire NBA in the last 3 games, and the 3rd slowest on the entire year. So Philadelphia plays at a super slow pace, is going to really slow down this Charlotte team, give them a lot of fewer possessions, take a lot of shots away from a guy like Terry Rozier. And this is a big one, but it looks like Gordon Hayward is scheduled to be playing in this game, which obviously I don't know how the rotation is going to look. I don't know how many minutes he's truly going to be playing, but having another body out there at that forward position could mean that we could see a couple fewer minutes here from Terry Rozier. And we could be seeing, and even if he doesn't exactly take minutes away from Terry Rozier, he could be taking some shots away. He's kind of a how do I want to word this? He's a little bit bigger than Terry Rozier, so he could be taking away some rebounds. And assist-wise, I think that he could be taking some usage there as well, trying to get Gordon Hayward back and comfortable with the Charlotte Hornets before the playoffs roll around, or at least the play-in. So I do think we see a little bit of value there. So we're taking Terry Rozier under 27.5 PRAs versus Philadelphia at minus 120 odds. Our second play of the day, this one scares me a little bit, but we're taking DeMar DeRozan over 26.5 points here versus the Miami Heat at minus 110 odds. Now, DeMar DeRozan, he has killed it in his last 3 games. He has had 50 points, 32 points, and 37 points in his last 3 games. Dude has been an absolute menace, to say the least. At the beginning of the year, obviously, he got red hot. He broke a record for like most 30-point games in a row or something. So he's been absolutely great. But then he kind of slowed down there for a while. But it looks like he's starting to trend back up right before playoffs, which is right where we need him. So I'm perfectly fine with that. And the game is in Chicago, excuse me. The game is in Chicago, and he does average 28.5 points at home, which is a little bit of an upgrade from his 27.6 on the road. So 28.5 points at home gives you a little bit of a cushion, gives you about 2 extra points per game than what he needs to hit. And versus Miami this year, he has had 18 and 28 points, so he's gone over in one and under in one. The 18 was when he was in a little bit of a slump. He had a hard time scoring the basketball, and he just wasn't getting a whole lot of volume. So I think that we do see right around 30 points per game from DeMar DeRozan. So I do think we see a little bit of value here. Now the Bulls, they are tied for 5th with the Toronto Raptors as of right now. So I do think that this is a must-win game for the Chicago Bulls, and I think that they are going to do just that. And we all know Miami Heat, they do have they don't have a young roster, to say the least. So going into the playoffs, obviously first in the conference, we could see a couple players here from the Miami Heat resting. So I'm going to be taking a chance here with it. We're going to DeMar DeRozan over 26.5 points versus Miami Heat. Now, our third play of the day is going to be a college basketball play. And so if you want to tail it, go for it. If not, that's perfectly fine. But this is just what I'm betting on. We're taking Duke, -4 versus UNC at minus 110 odds. Now, Duke, they have covered in 3 of their 4 tournament games. The only one that they didn't was against Cal State Fullerton, which was their opening game. I just don't think they took them very seriously. But Duke, they are 4-0 versus ranked teams this year, and 5-4 against the spread in neutral site. Now, I know UNC has been red hot, but as an underdog this year, they are just 5-5 against the spread. And versus ranked teams this year, they are 4-4 against the spread. And truthfully, I mean, how much more of a perfect time would this be than for Duke and Coach K to get to the national title and win it? I mean, that's literally a red carpet ending to Coach K's career in his very last season. I mean, it really couldn't get any more storybook perfect than that. So I want UNC to win, but truthfully, I just don't think it's going to happen. And obviously, we're doing sports betting here. We're not just playing with we're not just placing bets with our hearts. So we're going to be taking Duke -4 here versus UNC at minus 110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. But yeah, so another profitable day. Hopefully we can have 2 in a row. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. This is King Center signing out. Peace.